Hello, this is Vivek. In this section, we'll say about discussions, that is comments in WordPress. First of all, I'll walk you through discussion settings. Under settings, after that, we'll see managing comments. These settings are under settings, discussion. Here we can see all these discussion settings. We'll go through one by one. And whenever someone links to your blog, or if you're linked to other blogs, WordPress notifies other blogs or your blog for pingbacks and trackbacks. For that purpose, if you want to allow these pingbacks and trackbacks, you can enable these options. I'll show you an example. Previously, I have published an article with a link. Here in this article, I have added a link, that is internal link to sample page. If we go to this discussions, I'll click on this. Here you can see a trackback. It's a trackback, and it will intimates other blogs also in the same way. WordPress takes care of it. This is not required. I'm just removing it. And if you want to allow people to post comments on articles, on new articles, you can enable this option. By default, it's enabled. That means comments are enabled by default on posts. If you want to disable these comments, this is a place. If you disable this, all the posts you are publishing now onwards will be comments turned off. And if you want to enable comments, you have to enable for each article. I am saving these settings with these two changes. And if you don't want to take username and email address of a commenting person, you can uncheck this box. It's good to use this enable this option. And if you want to only allow registered users, this is the option. Users must be logged and registered into comment, and before doing that, you have to enable members to register as a subscriber. Then only they can register and comment on the articles, posts. And if you want to close discussions or comments on a certain number of days, you can enable this option and choose a number of days. If you want to enable comments for first 30 days or first 90 days of the article publishing, then after that, if you want to close the comments, that is disabling the comments, this is the option you can choose. And whenever someone replies to a comment, it will be nested under the main comment, and it will be goes on for 5 levels deep. And if you want to increase that, here is the option. And keep this number as minimum as possible, because nowadays everyone is using mobile phones. If you keep this number as 10 levels, it will be highly difficult for mobile users to see all the comments or to read the comments conveniently. It will become difficult. So keep it at 3 or 4 levels deep. And if you have a lot of comments, like 500 comments or 200 comments on your pages, you can break those comments into multiple pages with pagination using this option. Like if you want to enable 30 top level comments per page, and last page will be displayed first. That means latest comments will be displayed first based on this setting here. If you want to display latest comments, you have to choose newer comments, and if you want to display older comments, you have to choose older. This is the option. And these comments will be split into multiple pages with pagination. User can navigate through these pages. The benefit of this option is it will decrease the load time of the page. If this page has if this article contains a lot of comments, it will takes a lot of load time. And this is email settings. If you want to receive email whenever a comment is received on your articles, you can enable this option. If it's in your blog, it's okay. If you are getting multiple comments on every day, this option is not recommended. Just uncheck this option. You can get an email when a comment is held for moderation. That is, if you approve that comment, then only, that is, if you verify that comment and approve, then only it will be published. For that purpose, you can get an email. When comment is held for moderation, you will get an email. If you don't want, you can uncheck this, and you can check once in a while all your comments, and you can reply to those comments manually. and before comment appears, if you want to manually approve all the comments, you can enable this option. If you don't want to approve manually, that is you can leave this option. And to auto approve comments, comment author must have a previously approved comment, then only those comments will be approved, auto approved. For that purpose, you can enable this option, otherwise comments will be automatically approved if you are not enabling these two options. If you enable this option, all the comments must be manually approved, and if you are enabling this option, comment author must have a previously approved comment, then only next comments will be automatically approved. And this is a comment moderation section. You can enter all the IP addresses, and if you want to moderate the comments with some settings like some words, names, or URLs, email addresses, IP addresses, you can add them here, all these words in new lines, so that whenever someone uses those words, names, or URLs, email address, IP address, they will be held for comment moderation. And if you want to blacklist some IP addresses or email address from URLs, specific domains, you can do that here. Just add your list here, add the list here, each one in a new line, so that those who comment with this information will be blacklisted, and you won't see these comments in comment section. And previously we have seen Gravatar setting up a profile picture. Some users won't have their Gravatar images if they are new users, new to WordPress and new to blogging, and in that cases you can show a default Gravatar logo, that is a mystery person or a Gravatar logo. I'll choose Gravatar logo instead of a mystery person. And if you want to display these Gravatar images or not, you can enable and disable this option here. And the rating, it's a G rating, is suitable for all audience. If you want to check any other option, you can check it, but go with this option. And these are all the settings for a discussion. Next we'll see managing comments through our comment section in the next video.